O Cantor, O Cantor, where art thou? All right, everyone, good Shabbos. Are you out there? Good Shabbos. Woo! Well, listen, it is a good thing to wear a mask, but I'm being extra careful because, God willing, a week from tomorrow, I am flying to Israel. All right? So the last thing I want is to get COVID, and then they'll say, well, you can't go. So I'm being extra careful. So if you have the slightest inclination, you have a little high fever, don't come near me, all right? Don't hug me, don't shake my hand. I'll be an unfriendly rabbi. I'm just being very COVID adverse. But the good news is, if by Wednesday, June 1st, you have a prayer that you want to write, like the size of a fortune cookie, give it to me or the cantor, and we will put it in the kotel for you. You don't even have to put a 20-cent stamp on it or a 50-cent stamp. We would love to bring, a bag full of your prayers. That would be good in two ways. The first is because we would love to do that for you. And the second is it makes us a shliach mitzvah, which means that we are a messenger to do a good deed, and God should watch over us. So help God watch over us and help us do this mitzvah. Write a little prayer, drop it off at the temple, and we'll take it. That'll be amazing that we can do that. And we're going to have formal announcements in a little bit, but I think, Cantor, there was one other thing we wanted to talk about, and it had to do with religious school. I'm looking at all these religious school kids, and they're going to be so excited to learn about what?
What, the religious schools?
Yeah,
Parents?
No, they're excited to know that they can come back to religious school because their parents are going to do what?
Because they're going to register them.
They're going to register them,
And if they
that's
do it
right.
in the next 2 weeks, they get early bird pricing.
So there you go. You know your kids are going to go to religious school. You know that. So save a few shekels. We would love it if you would sign up early. When's early bird end?
I think early bird ends on the 15th, but as always, if money is an issue, just talk to us. We have scholarship available. No one's turned away. But we do want you to register so we know how many teachers we need next year, all that kind of stuff that will be on Haley to figure out.
All right, where is Haley? I think she's here. Haley, stand up. Haley is our new religious school director, formally. So any questions about religious school, go see Haley. All right? We're so excited, so excited. All right, band, are you ready? Oh, band.
It's Memorial Day.
I think I want to hear someone pray.
What do you want to hear or feel or do? I'm going to go to, I want to hear somebody sing.
short one. But if you want to hear somebody yeehaw for Meyer, here we go. I want to hear somebody yeehaw. I want to hear somebody yeehaw. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody yeehaw. All right, what else? What else do we want to hear or feel or do, Bella? I want to see peace in our world. I want to see peace in our world. I want to see peace in our world. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to see peace in our world. Let's look online and see what everybody is thinking tonight. See if anybody has any comments there. Okay. Anybody else out here while I'm looking? Nobody? Nobody wants to see or feel or hear anything? They just want silence? Okay. Okay. All right, no one has anything to say except for Shabbat Shalom. So I'm going to say I want to hear Shabbat Shalom. I want to hear Shabbat Shalom. I want to hear Shabbat Shalom. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So we look around, we see a few new faces. If this is your first time for Shabbat in the Round, it is a participatory service. We've chosen melodies that hopefully are easily accessible. If you've never heard them before, it's as if they've been with you forever. So they're catchy, and we hope that you join along. And for those of you who've been here before, you know the idea. Sing with gusto, with feeling. Make it really a service from the heart. I want to hear all of you pray. We need your prayers, especially this week. Shabbat Shalom.
I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray. So we prepare to bring in the light of Shabbat. We are inviting Sophia Newman's family up to light the Shabbat candles in honor of her becoming a bat mitzvah this Shabbat. So we invite her grandmother, Selma, her mom, Amanda, her younger sisters, Veronica, Isabella, and Olivia, and Sophia herself to light the Shabbat candles.
light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat shalom. May you have a peaceful day. Shabbat shalom. May you have a restful day. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat.
Thank you very much. Good Shabbos. So we've been hearing a lot about thoughts and prayers the last couple weeks. Cantor and I were talking about that expression. We both happened to come across an article that talked about the view of prayer in Judaism. You say a prayer and then you follow it with action. You say the prayer over the candles, you light the candles. You say the prayer over the bread, you eat the bread. It's not just about saying prayers. It's about the action that follows prayer. I want to share with you a little Hasidic story, very short, that says a lot. When I was a young man, I set out to change the world. When I grew a little older, I perceived that this was too ambitious. So I set out to change my state. Even this, I realized as I grew older, was too ambitious. So I set out to change my town. When I realized I could not even do this, I tried to change my family. Now, as an old man, I know that I should have started out by changing myself. If I had started by changing myself, maybe then I would have succeeded in changing my family, the town, the state, and who knows, maybe even the world. Change starts with us.
A beautiful midrash depicts Adam's first night on earth, alone in the garden. He shudders as the sun begins its descent from the sky, fearful that it will never arise again, and he will be relegated to a lifetime of darkness. Watching, waiting, his weary eyelids grow heavy as the last light fades, until the first gleam of daybreak emerges from the horizon just hours later. The light has returned. We rise for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes
becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light.
We face inward.
Night becomes day, day turns to night. Boreyom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Adonai Echad. Shema Adonai Echad. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Please be seated.
So next Saturday night will be Erev Shavuot. It's a time which we read from the Torah. If we were Orthodox, we'd be studying all night. We'd have a tikkun. But we have pity on you. We'll have our program at about 7:30, and we're going to be studying about the history of the Jews of Ukraine. Before that, we'll have our Yizkor service. But the focus is inspired by the theme of Shavuot, the giving of the law. And so I want to share with you this midrash. When Israel stood to receive the Torah, the Holy One said to them, I am prepared to give you my Torah. Present to me good guarantors that you will observe and study the Torah, and I shall give it to you. And they said, our ancestors are our guarantors. And the Holy One said, your ancestors are not sufficient guarantors. Bring me good guarantors, and I shall give you the Torah. And they said, our prophets are our guarantors. And the Holy One said, the prophets are strong, full of wisdom, but they are not sufficient guarantors. Bring me good guarantors, and then I will give you the Torah. And they said, indeed, our children will be our guarantors. And God said, your children are good guarantors. For their sake, I give the Torah to you. L'dor v'dor, from one generation to the next, we must pass on our values, embracing Torah.
And inside that beautiful Torah are the words of the Ve'ahavta. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all of your might. And if you like these melodies, I encourage you to go on Spotify, on Pandora, on Apple Music, and find these composers and download their music and listen to it, because it's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. And the reason I bring it up here is because Josh Goldberg just released a new album this week. So we would love to see our community support Jewish musicians. Ve'ahavta. And you shall love Adonai with all your soul and all your might, and teach these words day and night to all your children.
all your soul and all your might, and teach these words day and night to all your children, for it's their right, proudly as a sign upon your hand, and as a crown. Write them on the doorposts of your house, throughout all time.
That's pretty.
And also in the Torah, when we danced
Sorry,
after the freedom we experienced, Mi chamocha, who is like you?
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai?
We turn now to our Amidah prayers, which are usually preceded by the words Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. But on Shabbat in the round, we transform those prayers in the words of Nefesh Mountain, and we ask God for what we need. Adonai, love me. Adonai, protect me. Adonai, heal me. Whatever it is in your heart that you're in need of in this moment, that you sit or you stand in this community together, your prayers are elevated as we strengthen one another. So what is it that you need? Put it on the table. Let it come from your heart. Adonai, love me. And after we conclude that preemptive prayer, we will rise together for the Amidah prayers in silence.
Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, Adonai, love me, please love me, Adonai. Adonai, guide me, Adonai, guide me, Adonai, guide me, please guide me, Adonai.
Anyone want to add their collective prayer? Bella?
Take care of me.
Care for me.
Adonai, care for me, Adonai, care for me, Adonai. Care for me, please care for me, Adonai. Anyone else?
Motivate me, all right?
Adonai, motivate me, Adonai. Motivate me, Adonai. Motivate me, please motivate me, Adonai.
Paul, heal us.
Adonai, heal us, Adonai. Heal us, Adonai. Heal us, please heal us, Adonai.
Michelle, protect us.
Adonai, protect us, Adonai. Protect us, Adonai. Protect us, please protect us, Adonai.
Encourage. Beautiful.
Adonai, encourage us, Adonai. Encourage us, Adonai. Encourage us, please encourage us, Adonai.
I'm going to turn to our online viewers. We have Mallory. Adonai, lift me up.
Adonai, lift me up, Adonai. Lift me up, Adonai. Lift me up, please lift me up, Adonai.
Our last one right here. Teach us. Beautiful. And if you have anything to add, you can add it in your heart if I didn't call on you.
Adonai, teach us, Adonai. Teach us, Adonai. Teach us, please teach us, Adonai.
We rise for our Amidah prayers in the Siddur right in front of you. And we face the ark.
Adonai, love me, Adonai. Love me, Adonai. Love me, please love me, Adonai.
So we turn now to our Misha Barak prayer. Those of you who are watching online want to submit a name into the chat, please do so now. For it's a time in which we look for healing. Oftentimes we think of healing in terms of ourselves or people in our immediate circle of family and friends. But it's been quite a week, really 2 weeks, where the nation is in need of healing. Think of so many who have been touched by the shootings. Their hearts are hurting. Their families are hurting. So we pray to God that we might find some wisdom as a society. But until then, we ask that God heals our hearts and emboldens us with strength and resolve. And we think of those whose names have been submitted to the office, Bessie and Jean-Marc Chaubert and Logan Knapp and Knapp family, Valerie Rocher, Sharna and Stu Blumenfeld, Meryl Propp, Joseph Liebman, Ed Mutton, Marlene Settle, Paul Shapiro, and Regina. We think of all of them and others who are part of our circle of family and friends. And so as I look at you, if you would like to say the name of someone who was not mentioned on this Misha Berach list, please stand and say their names. A prayer of healing. Thank you.
Karen and Jeff Merko, Yirmiyahu Ben Sarah, Marty Reingold, Dick Hyman, Gloria Yolanda Mendoza Gala, G Gala, Alcides Omar Gala, Paul Maharis and family, Jessica Klein, Bethany Schindler, Chris Trenton, Sierra Kaplan, Georgia Kaplan, Zara Leah, Karen Beth, Martin and Arlene. Misheberach avotenu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We turn now to our Aleinu prayer. It is up to us to make this world a better place. Page 26, if you're looking for it. It's up to us to call ourselves to task, to sing what's good and true, to bring about redemption.
It's what we were freed to do. For what's the point of being here if we're not moved to change our ways? Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. We are carrying the stories of the ones who came before. What stories will be told of us when we are here no more? We commit ourselves to action. It brings meaning to our days. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. It's up to us to own the vision. We are an answer to a call. It's up to us to live the words we speak for the benefit of all. It's up to us to bow down deeply. There's a broken world to raise. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. We rise and face the ark for Aleinu. Vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Please be seated. If you have names for Kaddish, people that are in your heart that are no longer with us, that you're thinking of tonight, observing the Yortzeit recently passed, please submit them in the chat at this time. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. It's the song of the dreamer. From the dark place it grows, like a flower in the desert, the oasis of our souls. Come back where we belong. You who hear our longing cries, our mouths, our lips are sealed with song. You can see it from our tear-filled eyes. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy.
A colleague, Rabbi Noemi Levy, wrote a beautiful prayer for the children and the teachers victims of the school shooting at Robb Elementary School in Texas. Our hearts are breaking, God, as we mourn our innocent children and their teachers. The loss is overwhelming. Send comfort and strength, God, to grieving parents, to siblings, family, and friends in this time of shock and mourning. Shield them from despair. Send healing to the school children who are lost and frightened, whose eyes witnessed unfathomable horrors. Ease their pain, God. Let their fears give way to hope. Let their cries give way once more to laughter. Bless us, God. Work through us. Turn our helplessness into action. Teach us to believe that we can rise up from this tragedy with a renewed faith in the goodness of our society. Shield us from indifference and from our tendency to forget. Open our hearts, open our hands. Innocent blood is calling out to us to act. Remind us that we must commit ourselves to prevent further bloodshed with all our hearts and souls. Teach us perseverance and dedication. Let us rise up as one in a time of soul searching and repair so that all children can go to school in peace, God. Let them be safe. God of the brokenhearted, God of the living, God of the dead, gather the souls of the victims into your eternal shelter. Let them find peace in your presence, God. Their lives have ended, but their lights can never be extinguished. May they shine on us always and illuminate our way. And we say, Amen.
These are the names of the victims that have been published. Jose Flores, 10 years old. Anne-Marie Joe Garza, 10 years old. Javier Lopez, 10 years old. Nevea Bravo, 10 years old. Tess Marie Mata, 10 years old. Alexandria Rubio, 10 years old. Layla Salazar, 10 years old. McKenna Lee Elrod, 10 years old. Eliana Garcia, 9 years old. Elihana Cruz Torres. Annabelle Guadalupe Rodriguez, 10 years old. Jacqueline Cesares, 10 years old. Maite Rodriguez, 10 years old. Miranda Mathis, 11 years old. Eva Morales, the 4th grade teacher. Irma Garcia, the co-teacher. And we also remember Roberta A. Drury, Margus D. Morrison, Andre McNeil, Aaron Salter, Geraldine Talley, Celestine Shanae, Hayward Patterson, Catherine Massey, Pearl Young, and Ruth Whitfield of the Buffalo shooting the week before.
We say Kaddish for Joe Golden, Margaret Reedy. We recall the yortzites of Gloria Anderson, Pauline Aronson, Al Birnbaum, Connie Birnbaum, Sam Bossack, Erwin Bush, Madeline Buss, Bessie Shaken, Jack Davidson, Milton Freed, Raymond Gittleman, Paula Greenspan, Louis Height, Emma Kestenbaum, Roberta Klein, Kate Lutz, Jack Margone, Edward Miller, Ruth Miller, Lenny Perry, Louis Pomerantz, James Robertson, Esther Reutman, Helen Rosenfeld, Morris Rosenthal, Estelle Rousseau, Ann Salins, Harvey Sanoff, Dory Schneider, Ellen Schwartz, Ben Shafran, Maurice Schultzau, Aviva Sternova, Bertie Weifeld, and Jesse Wheel. If you would like to say the name of someone special to you that was not mentioned, please stand and say their names. Always think of my mom, Marge Axelrod.
Bianca Aton, Geely Chen, Moshe Dome. Jill Gurr.
We rise for Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedechol be'Yisrael, magalav izman kari v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam omei amai. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekusha brichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechamata. Damiram v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlam araba min shamai v'chayim. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Osei shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen.
Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those
All right, in a moment we'll have our Kiddush in Motzi and our final song. And then we have a little tiny change of plans. So you may have read that at 8 o'clock, there was going to be on Channel 10, Vegas PBS, a really nice segment with Jay Poster and myself, and that has moved to 8:20. That's showbiz, folks. So we do have the TV screen, and what we're going to do is obviously we're going to conclude, and then we'll go into the oneg, which I believe is in the foyer. Is that? We always have like a where's Waldo? Where is the oneg? That's right. It is in the oneg. So set your watches at 8:20. Don't be late. Come in here, and you can watch it on the screen. Now, if you're watching from home, it's not going to be web streamed because the service will have concluded, but it's on Channel 10, and you're more than welcome to watch it at home on your own television. After the segment, then we're going to have, whoever wants to, we're going to kind of process our feelings about the shooting of the last 2 weeks. I just felt that I needed to talk, maybe you needed to talk, so that will just take place here in the social hall. Okay, so I'd like to invite Jerry Gordon, our temple president, for a few announcements. Jerry.
Good Shabbos, everyone. I'm going to keep the announcements very short. And I'd just like to point out, well, the rabbis already talked about the change in plans for 8:20. I'd like to remind you that upcoming on June 26th will be the annual meeting, that's Sunday, June 26th at 10 a.m. We have not had an annual meeting in person. This will be in 3 years. So I hope all of you will attend. If not, please send your proxy, and we have to have your proxy to conduct business. It should be an interesting event. We're going to be talking about what's taken place over the last several years and where we are and what we plan to do going forward. One final item, and that is, again, please, if you're interested in the preschool for either the summer camp or for the fall, you need to register now. Several of the classes are filling up. In fact, we're going to a waiting list for the preschool starting in September or August. I would like to take a moment and this follows, I'm going to play on the rabbi on his Hasidic story, talking about how we really can't do much about the world. We have a difficult time about our town, but we can do something about our own selves. And that is, we have been reacting as the board and as lay leaders and as the clergy to what's been taking place over the last year. And as you know, in response to the synagogue hostage taking in Dallas or outside Dallas, we made a decision to have armed security on site for Friday night services, for Sunday school, and for other major events. And we assessed, as you know, a annual fee for that. It doesn't even cover the cost. And I will tell you that one of the things that we've been able to take advantage of is Yeshiva Day School, as you know, rents part of our school for their day school. They've had armed security on site all this past year. We have been able to take advantage of that and not have that expense. And we really thank Yeshiva Day School for allowing us to do that. But we do have expense, and that's the reason for the security fee. We have a very large campus here. It's 8.5 acres. We are on the freeway. We are visible. And when we built this facility, we did put some security in place. We put 52 cameras in addition to glass and all the other items. But that's old. It's really not adequate. So for the last several months, we've been working with John Perry and Jonathan Fine from Sting Alarm, which is our alarm company. We have come up with a plan to basically redo our infrastructure to provide some additional level of security when we are here at the temple. It's broken down into 4 phases. We're going to do the first 3 phases this summer. We have received a significant gift for part of it, and Sting has donated back another piece of that. But we're still short a few bucks, but we will raise it. So sometime this summer, we will then spend a month here reinstalling a better security system. It's what we have to do. And in the end, we will all have to pay something for it. And that's just the cost of making ourselves secure in our building so we can gather here in peace and not have fear that something ungodly and awful would happen. We can't ensure the future, but we can do what we have to do to protect all of you. And that's what we intend to do and we will do. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Jerry. If you think you want to talk more closely with Jerry about what we're doing and maybe how you might contribute financially, let him know. He said modestly that we're short a few bucks, but we really could appreciate everyone's support in doing what you can. Well, Cantor, we have a few thank yous.
Yes, so it's because Jerry started for us, I want to point out, if you see Carlos tonight, Carlos Monreal, he is here every day in our preschool. He is the guard for the yeshiva, and he also is here tonight. He'll be here tomorrow morning, and so that makes almost 7 days a week that he is here. Sometimes he's here on Sundays as well for Sunday school. He is amazing. He deserves a big thank you, so if you see him, please thank him for protecting us. We also want to thank Glory Rosenberger, who is our backup vocals, but really she's the star, and she will be, you'll see her a few extra times this summer. And we want to thank John Henderson on guitar, and he is our OG guitarist of Shabbat in the Round. We want to thank our Sheer Heart singers who are here tonight, and our junior cantor who is here tonight, and of course Sophia, who we give a big mazel tov to on becoming a bat mitzvah this Shabbat. And we want to thank, as always, Dell. We want to thank Lee, who's bringing over the ice cream for you. We want to thank Leslie. When you look at your bulletin this month, please say a big thank you to Leslie. It's extra beautiful because she spent a lot of extra time on it.
A lot of extra time. Let her know.
Yes. And I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Alex. I am forgetting somebody. Alex for sound. We just want to thank all of you for being here and making Shabbat possible, obviously. Big thank you to Rabbi.
And big thank you to Cantor. We should just say thank you to us.
Thank you.
Hey, we had a double simcha this morning, didn't we?
We had a huge double simcha this
That's
morning.
right. Carmen, where are you? Please stand up. Come on.
Right over here. We had Carmen. We had
And
Lynn.
where are you?
Tikva,
come on
and Akiva,
So
Kiva
Emmet.
Emmet. Uh-huh.
And
Tikva.
And Tikva Hope. So we want to honor you as well as Sophia and her family with the Kiddush and Motzi. So kind of find an opening, if you will. I guess that was the opening over there. But Dale will help you. All right, so let's join in the Kiddush and Motzi. Just go ahead and grab the big cup.
June 14th, Intro to Judaism class starts and Intro to Hebrew. June 14th.
All right. Magnolia, lead us in the Kiddush.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen.
All right, ready? For Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
All right, we have our final song, and don't forget, at 8:20 sharp, it's showbiz, folks. Just come in here and watch the segment and stay for the discussion, all right? And the oneg will be out there. So let's join together. Ose Shalom.
More than ever, we need peace in our world.
Oh, say shalom, Bimroma. Oh, say shalom, Bimroma. Hu ya ase shalom. Hu ya ase shalom. Hu ya ase shalom. Aleinu.
1, 2, 3, 4.
May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom, Bimroma.
We want to thank the Newman family for sponsoring tonight's ice cream oneg. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
If you want to help Lee out, leave these first 2 rows. Don't touch them. The back row, if you want to stack it, that would be great. And collect the prayer books. That'd be a big help for Lee. Leave the first 2 rows as is for the discussion. See you in 20 minutes.